There seems to be something missing on screen. But I'm not sure you are ready yet. Maybe you are? But I'll just give you a minute. Oh, who can wait that long? Little peek? It is finally nice to be here on stream. It's nice to see a few familiar names, even if one of them is my own. You're not ready, Cat? Well, that's not my issue. Well, we've got quite a show in store tonight. It's the, of course, we've got the traditional debut slideshow, and that's probably it. But before we get off to that, I would like to make sure that everything is okay, audio-wise. There might be a bit of a delay with the model because, well, I'm not sure this computer can quite handle it. But we're still live, and we haven't dropped any frames yet, so I'm confident in our abilities to get through this. I hope it's not painfully obvious that this is my first time, but I'm glad for you all to be here during that. Just making sure some final things are in order before we move on to the slideshow. Watching without visuals, Cat? Well, what's the purpose of that? You want to listen to me ramble? I must admit I do have a nice voice, but then again, I think you're missing out on half the show here. Especially this. You're missing out on these physics. Look at that dangly gem. Physics? What do you mean, physics? You were there when I was testing this. Of course you gotta see. If you're not looking at me, are you even watching? You're not watching if you're not looking at me. I'm the whole show. Maybe just a tiny bit more in the background music. What do you think? Of course, it's no change to me, it's only change to you. But that's fine. We're all fine. Well, I know you love the look. Quite a bit of effort has gone into the past 2 weeks. All of this was done in the past few weeks, and honestly, I would never want to do this ever again. I'd rather have much more time to set things up. But I dug my own grave, and thus I will go through with it. Oh, and if you love this look, don't worry, there's a lot more that we have in store. But you know that already, Cat, don't you? Happy voyage, Cat. You know as well as I do that there have been some difficulties to get us to this point. And, well, I don't want these difficulties to continue. I mean, we're still on Wi-Fi here. The Ethernet cable hasn't arrived, so the chance of me dropping network right now is, well, it's more than 0, let's say, but I hope it doesn't happen. Knocking on all this pressboard. But let's say we move on to this traditional slideshow and get it over with, right? Hey! I would ask you to refrain from praying. It does give me headaches. But you knew that already, didn't you? Well, we're just gonna make sure that the slideshow is all ready before we, of course, move on to it. Oh, sorry. Don't give me that. You knew what you were doing. Right. The slideshow, of course. Hmm? Yeah, there we go. Ah, there we go. It's fine and working. And it matches the background because I made all these tileable diamond quilted assets. I've got quite a collection, and I've only used like 3 of them, really, so... Of course, we've got my wonderful logo here that I spent like an hour making. And, well... I'll be quite honest, this titles page isn't that interesting, is it? But, well, it's not all about the title page, it's about me. So let's move on. Let me introduce you to me, your mistress, or something. However you would ever choose to call me in this situation. Well, there you go, all my information spelled out for you. My full name is Kihelra Shira Kiden Ilpelkir. But you could just call me Kihel if all that is very difficult for you to pronounce. I am 52 of your human years, which is quite young for a demon. But, well, it doesn't really matter in this case. You know, I'm 5'9", but some people say that that's pretty tall, but I don't know. Have you seen how tall my great-great-grandmother is? She was a red dragon. And my birthday, of course, 52. Oh my, as if I understand within your human values that would be considered middle-aged, but really, that's like nothing in demon time. May 12th, which would have been the original streaming date, but had to get pushed back, marks the beginning of my existence back in your year of 2018. It was so long ago when I was created by my creator. Many fond memories, some of which you might be able to see in future streams. Here's some things that I do like. Yes, I know it's hard to believe that I, a creature of lust, could ever like things in a very normal way, but, well, here we are. I do like these colors. Red and black, purple and gold. I don't know if you can tell, but I wear those colors a lot. They go quite well with my hair and wings and scales and... well, quite literally everything about me. cherries and grapefruits. They are quite good. Well, if that's all I've got about fruits, well, comedy wasn't my strong suit. Neither was improv, which, of course, is a required bit for this, but that's fine. We're fine. I think we're fine. What do you think? Are we fine? Anyways, back to my wardrobe, and you know what colors I wear. What do I wear? Well, you know, I like these simple things at both extremes. Very light and flowy, lacy undergarments. I mean, even stuff with structure. But then again, one cannot resist the allure of, you know, what I'm wearing right now, an impossible fantasy demon leather bodysuit. Of course, especially prevalent in anime. Don't play it up, cat. What am I going to do with you? Well, you know what I was going to do with you is mod you, and I did that already, so I guess we've caught up. Who's playing? Well, everything's a game at this point. Now, after that refreshing sip of water that I just took, because we don't have hydrate redeems quite yet, I do like things other than water, such as red wine, and other substances, like tea. I mean, what other substances would a succubus drink, right? The answer is semen. However, I don't like the taste of salt water. It brings me painful memories, let's say. What kind of memories, you may ask? Well, that would fall under the purview of lore, which, as there is a lot to cover, I will not cover it all in this one stream, because I feel that there is quite a lot that we must go over. I mean, there's a lot, considering my origins as a Dungeons & Dragons character that was, well, a very important character in a very ill-fated campaign that I don't want to remember. I don't have very good relations with the DM. But I have continued to exist in a legacy outside that, within various art pieces, comic pages, and even in my Twitter posts. I don't want to be forgotten. Who does? But enough about my sad sob story of lore and who I like and dislike from my past. What about the model? This one thing that I've spent many weeks working on. Many tutorials to look over. Many physics to ogle, and, of course, I don't know. We are already on version 1.11 of this model, so it must be great, right? Well, I certainly think so, but my view is biased because, well, in terms of the VTuber community, I am, what they say, my own mother. Now, it might say age there, but it's only because I copy-pasted these slideshow slides, and that should really say size. I mean, I could have done this all in 1 week if I was just at my computer all the time, but also, I don't want to sit at my computer all the time. So version 1.11 of this model, which I'm currently using, is at half scale in the original. It saves a bit on processing power. I was tired? Oh, I was more than tired. I was sick. I had a cold. And still doing all this. Forgive me if I am very silent about this tomorrow. But I do have some fun toggles that I've worked in here, where it says extra arm. Well, oh, you were talking about muting the stream. I see. Well, what is a debut stream without a bit of scuff? Am I right? Well, that's only the first time it's going to happen. It certainly is not the last, of course. The muting keybind was only a recent setup. Maybe? Or maybe not. Was I muted before? When we went to this screen? If so, then that is, well, undesirable. It would be totally terrible if I was... So only now? Okay. I will have to go through the VOD and see if there was any issues beforehand. Apologies, I am, after all, from another world. This computer stuff confuses me greatly. But of course, enough about me and whether or not I'm able to speak. Let's go back to these toggles, right? Now, as we are now, my wings appear to be covering up chat, but I could either move myself or, if you may, do the honors, cat. Well, delays are a bitch, that is to be sure. There we go. I am... not the horns command yet, cat. Right, I am muted. It's very fun trying to handle all these keybinds. But don't worry, I will get the hang of it. You're a recurring issue. Sorry, that was quite rude of me. 10? 10 issues? Like 10 what? Cat, there is still a delay on your part. I don't understand the conversation right away. I'm trying my best, Cat. I'm not from this world. I mean, look, we'll get like an Osu keyboard with 24 blank keys, and then I'll put little labels on them, and it'll all be fine and dandy. But I'm just using the number pad for now, so forgive me if I screw up a combination and the stream ends. You want credits, don't you? Well, we'll just have to go on with the slideshow, and we'll get to the credits soon. So of course we have these fun toggles in which I'm able to turn off my body parts so you can see chat more clearly because, well, I understand how, well, I could be a bit obstructive. I'm still muted. I don't understand why that's happening. I think it's something to do with my keyboard, with my live 2D toggles and my OBS toggles having an issue. Which is very fun. Something that I have to deal with. Perhaps I'll just do it manually. Which I was hoping to not do when I put these keybinds. But, well, it doesn't always work out the first time. Clumsy. You'd think that in my 52 years of existence I would have learned how to not be clumsy, but, well, being head of state can only give you so much education. I might even just mute myself again if I go through these outfit toggles, but I don't think that there's an issue with those. Let's go through these fun outfits. I may be a nurse, but that doesn't mean that I went to medical school. Exactly, Hans. Thank you for understanding. I'm from a different world. I have my excuse. But what I do enjoy from your world is all these fun-themed outfits. Such as this one. I do quite like the way that it hugs my figure. And then there's also this one, based on a good friend of mine, who may or not be myself from another dimension, but we won't get into that now. As I said, we'll cover lore at a different stream. Hell? Oh, you're mistaken. I wasn't born in any of the realms. I was born on the planes. The material planes is where I was born. Quite strange, I know, but, well, is it that strange when I'm also 1/16th dragon? That's where my scale patches come from. But I do like this outfit. It's quite comfortable and cozy. And I do hope that the part where I said that I do enjoy these types of outfits got recorded. But I guess we'll see when we review when we review the VOD. Good. Good. See, Hans, you're being very helpful right now. Cat wasn't being very helpful. Can I breathe fire? Well, no. Don't be rude to Cat. Well, not without my permission, of course. You can be rude to him at least 2 times during the stream. But yes, my great-great-grandmother could in fact breathe fire. I'll call her later just to make sure. Yes, she's still alive, despite, well, she's hundreds of thousands years old, I think. I don't know. Maybe she's in her thousands. I've never bothered to ask a lady her age. I'm only 52. My mother's in her 70s. But we still look as great as we did when we were in our 20s. Ah, the magic of being a succubus is that no one really knows how old you are. You can be... If you try hard enough, you can spend a little burst of embers or something. What I can do is make sparks fly from my fingers. In both a literal and innuendo way. That was awful. But also, we don't just have these 3 outfits. For our seasonal Halloween outfit, well, I don't have a medical license, but this gives me the visage of having one. I've got all these fun bits that move around, such as this little ID badge. Let's move back to one-on-one, and hopefully I'm not muted. And I can see that I'm not muted because I'm looking at the audio inputs now. But allow me to get a little... hold on. Get a little closer. That might be a bit laggy. Well, it appears that the computer does not like when I use the program for too long. Which is unfortunate, rather. We've had the issue the other night as well, so I guess what we know from that is to not use the program while I'm on stream. Maybe just to recenter myself. It does seem to lag the computer quite a bit if I move myself, which is unfortunate to say the least. But I've got this fun outfit, which, well, based on how it looks, should make a lot of sounds when I move, but unfortunately that's not part of how this works yet. I don't know how to figure this out. I'm from another dimension. But back to the slideshow, of course, we've got this one last outfit. Is it the best? Maybe. One of our audience members seems to think so. It would seem pressing that also changes the scene. That's new. But it is this, which we affectionately refer to... Oh! So it's the favorites of multiple people. That's good to know. We affectionately refer to this as the librarian outfit, and you better wish that you returned all your library books on time, or you better hope that you didn't. Because, well, the joke is sex. Obviously. That's my whole deal. A large fee just to see this? Why, thank you. I wonder what happens if I press these keybinds again. If it'll change the scene once more. No, it just turns the outfit off. That's good to know. Send the bits donation? I don't think I have... Well, I have a tip, but I don't really have a bit react right now. I didn't prepare a lot for reacts. I just have that one tip thing and follow things. Alerts, that's what they're called. I'm new to streaming if you can't tell. But of course, tips aren't needed. You don't need to do it. But they are very much appreciated. But back to the slideshow. We're back here. Done by the end of the week? What's done by the end of the week? Me? You're right, this is one of my favorites from the Rabby Rubby soundtrack. The alerts, that's what you meant. Maybe, they take like an hour to do and they're quite crude, even by my standards. But cute, I would say. After all, they are of me. If I am going to play one of your recent events again... like there. I'm giving you the nice oh. Maybe I'll practice that later. I don't seem to be very good at it. But of course, we'll go back to all the other outfits. I need to make sure that I'm... Hold on. Goes crazy? Trust me, I do try. Now I gotta figure out how to turn all my outfits off. Is it this keybind? There goes the librarian. There goes... You know, maybe having all these outfits stack wasn't the best option, but... that's something for later Keyhell to figure out. I like this one. Oh, and there's also a bit more below screen. But we've discovered that touching the model... well, you can look, but you can't touch. Because if you touch, then the stream might lag a bit. But it's time to say goodbye to the bunny for now. Ah, there we go. Now it does say that it is a half-body model, but that is a bit of a lie. See, when I originally made the model, when it was a sketch... Goodbye, bunny suit. Oh, she'll be back. She'll be back for Easter. Or perhaps if we play Rabby Ribby, which, depending on how the computer upgrades go, which is a very good possibility. I do enjoy that game. Now, it says half-body model, but that is a lie, of course, because I put in all the time to make a full-body model. Someone asked very nicely, I might have it be a redeem once I'm available to have those. Or if, I don't know, anyone pays an exorbitant amount of money. Hint, hint, but you don't need to. I'm scared to play new games because what if they take up a lot of resources, and, well, I might have to make a reactive image model, which would kind of negate the need of having a bunny suit outfit on this model. But whatever. It's all stuff to figure out. Of course, there's a lot that I need to figure out that I didn't think of within the past 2 weeks, but... well, that is just how I roll. Demon energy. I like the way that you think. There was a doorbell, which might have been the Ethernet cable that was ordered. I'm not streaming on Ethernet right now, I'm streaming on Wi-Fi, and I have not dropped a single frame. Which I'm so glad that I have not. But of course, this is a full body model. So if we move back to one-on-one, and I'm still audible, which is good. There we go. I lied to you all. This is not a half-body model. This is a full-body model, and with feet shown. For free. Thighs? Yes, those two. And calves. Basically, legs. And a tail. Which I'm very proud of. You know, this tail was quite difficult to rig, given that it had to be added later, beforehand, and, well... all the other outfits do have parts that are part of the legs. With the bunny suit outfit, well, I'm not wearing heels. So the feet are still out for free. But this is a nice image, wouldn't you agree? Feet for free. They are all on all the models because I forgot what the boots toggle is. So, fishnets. Well, only in the chibi model, because feet too, I guess. You don't have to be into them, but it is part of VTuber culture. I'll just take that off, in the toggle sense. Actually, taking any of this off would violate the Twitch terms of services, which I would not like to do on my first stream. But I've got some nice boots on this one. Your feet reveal next week? I guess I'll be there to support you. And that's your second. Now you can't be rude, And then for this one, some nice stockings. With reinforced heel. But you can barely see that because it's behind the banners. Alright, you could have one more being rude to Cat. It's not against terms of service to talk about it. Have you ever seen a Project Melody stream? On either website? You can talk about it, you just can't show it. Well, I suppose it is very fun that we've... Me? I win? Thank you. I always win. I never like to lose. Let us make the computer chug for a second longer as I get back closer to stream. That's not closer, that's farther away. Sorry, that's too close, and also... This isn't a Seizo stream, Cat. I am, after all, a being of pure lust. Well, not pure. I will lose someday? You swear it? You're allowed to swear. You are allowed to swear in this chat. Alright, let's... The clothes get a little transparent when I use the toggles. You fuck it? What? Okay. Yes, the Ethernet cable has arrived. Heck. Well, I'm sorry, but that's taking it a step too far. You can't say heck in here. Well, you can. I'm not gonna stop you. You are a mod, you can do whatever you want. Except be mean to Cat 3 times per stream. I do have, well, the rest of the slideshow to get through. I did... 3rd time's the charm. You gotta save your ammunition. I'll give you more if you need it. But, well, back to the slideshow. I'd say we've covered all that we need to about this model. Maybe there's more that we can cover on a future stream, much like lore. Now onto the stream schedule, which I have been thinking about for a long time. I wanted to make sure that I'm streaming at times that are easy for me to stream, as well as when people might actually be watching. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, from 6 to 8. The schedule is, of course, subject to change. I will use this for the first couple weeks, and if I'm used to it, then it will stick. But I might make some alterations later, like longer hours, changing up the days. I don't really have plans to stream on weekends. I want to leave those free for now in case I need to make any alterations stream-wise. Of course, having 2 computers and one of them sharing components with the other, I will need some time to have that all set up properly. So, no streams on weekends except for special occasions, as if we do a collab, maybe. But if we do a collab, I would most definitely have to use a PNG reactive image in my place of this lovely model. And the first game I was thinking was Pokemon Emerald, but I would only start that next week, so if I stream on Friday, I would do something easy, such as Helltaker. That is a good one-stream game. And I do enjoy it, even though I have finished it, and I've gotten, well, I haven't done Helltaker. But we can deal with that on Friday, where I may or may not stream, but of course I'll let you know before the day. But, of course, in place of credits, where my name would be written like 20 times, I would like to give thanks to the people who have gotten, have given me their support and help and entertainment. I'd like to give thanks to my emotional support crew, who 2 of them are here in chat right now, if you'd like to make yourselves known. Make yourselves known and no one responds. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Hans. Yes, my support that I've gotten from the 2 of you during these past few weeks has been... Thank the Academy. And also Jermic, who unfortunately could not be here today to accept the award, but I hope he knows that he is adored all the same, And I do thank him for the music that I used during the Be Right Back segments, but unfortunately, this stream is not long enough to warrant a Be Right Back screen. I might play it during the ending screen. Just for him. And of course, the creators of the tutorials that I followed to make all this magic happen. Chupuko and Kuroomori. Without your tutorials, I would not be here today. I mean, really. Those are some very good tutorials. And if you are ever looking into making your own 2D model, I would highly suggest looking up their tutorials. And the software that I use. I may thank it all for not being too hardware intensive, for allowing me to stream without dropping only 640 frames in encoding and rendering. Well, Live 2D, you're on thin ice, but I appreciate you all the same. And Streamlabs, who very recently made a plugin for OBS, which I'm using right now, because using regular Streamlabs is kind of a resource hog. But thank you, nonetheless. And of course, a special no thanks to the cold that I had working on this model for the past few weeks. I have been congested, riddled with headaches, various bodily aches and pains, but god damn it. Though he damns me every day for being a demon, I was able to do this. The overlays, the alerts, figuring out how to use the Streamlabs plugin for OBS. It has been quite a roller coaster the past few weeks. And even today we do run into issues where I'm not completely there, and I'm still congested and dehydrated. So I have been drinking water during this. Perhaps by next week I will be all in place. And perhaps hydrate. Yeah, I did that. Last week I was so hydrated, my nose was running, and 'twas very unpleasant, I must say. And also, no thanks to Basement Wi-Fi, which, though she may be behaving after my severe punishments, has not been entirely cooperative. But, well, we have a love-hate relationship, and that is all about to change now that I have the Ethernet cable within my very hands. In real life. Right now I'm holding a wine glass, which, of course, brings us to the fact that I have bought a special bottle of wine for this occasion. A 2020 Calliope Figure 8 Cabernet Merlot. It is quite a heavy bottle. Also not cheap. Basement Succubus, is that your dungeon? Well, I don't have my dungeon in this dimension, but in the other one it's quite a very good set of equipment. Well, I've been complimented on it so much. Anyways, the wine. If I may crack it open now. And give it a good sniff. Callie, let me smell your wine. Well, I can't show my equipment on Twitch. Unfortunately. Smelling the wine, I think it smells good. Let me pour some real quick. I'm not even bothering to pour a little amount to taste because I just know that I like it. Hans, darling, the equipment is purely fictional. I don't have anything. I don't actually have anything like that. Well, not yet. But if we're all available later, I would like to do a post-stream get-together, which, of course, I will have enough wine for. Smelling it in the glass, it does smell nice. It's quite interesting, really. It did say that it was pretty dry, and I'm getting that. I like it. It's got a good acidity to it. It's got a good, like, mouth flavor. As if flavor comes from anywhere else other than the mouth. Sorry. Coughing. Not because of the wine, but because I am, after all, still sick. The transference between dimensions is an absolute bitch. As can I be sometimes. But no worries, this is a rather fine wine, and after all, it was in the fine wine section. And was also $30. So even if it was bad, I would like it if I didn't like it or not. But my final thanks goes out to the entertainment that I've received, if I may remove my wings. Now that we've learned that removing wings mutes my microphone for some reason. Just some more water. Now, if my coughs are not going to delay me any further, I'd like to give special thanks to the entertainment that I have received by all these VTubers who kept me going when I thought that I should not do this, because it was a hard couple weeks, and seeing all their content made me realize that this is something that I do want to do. Lagging like crazy? When doesn't it do that? I need to move around a bit more. Or maybe it's just because my phone is dying. There we go. On second thought, maybe it was the wine. It is quite dry. But it's good. I only wish that you two could share it with me. But we'll have to get that Merlot that's like 0.5% alcohol for you, Hans. Which, they do have it in stock at the SAQ near me, which is good. Anyways, thank you to Buff Pup. Thank you to Demon Queen Vivi. Thank you to Faye Cakes. Thank you to Philian. Yes, there's a huge chat delay. That is something that we found out, and I don't think it's gonna get any better until we are wired in. Wine tasting stream, yes. It would be quite expensive, though. Thank you to Henya. Happy anniversary. Thank you to Iron Mouse. Also happy anniversary. Well, I don't know what gets you drunk. You know what gets me drunk. You know what gets me drunk is a shot of rum. I am famously not good for holding it in, but I am quite a beast to be around when I can't hold it in, as you have also found out. Thank you to Project Melody. Thank you to Victoria the Sun Eater. Welcome back. We missed you. Love the new outfit. And also thank you to Zentrea. Happy birthday on the 20th. Also, I am not her. That has been a point of confusion in the past. But I assure you, we are not the same person. I mean, I can hold in wine. I just can't hold in something that's 40%. But I guess that concludes our special thanks. It is time to go into the void. And by go into the void, I mean go back to one-on-one. You can have 1 or 2 glasses of wine, but also, you did say you wanted to try that one. It is quite good. But I've heard that red wine gives some people headaches. Does that happen to you? I know it happens to my dear mother. Dear Kitara den Ilfalkir. I've never seen you drunk, but you've seen me drunk, and, well, what do you think? But also, what do you think of the stream? I felt that this debut was quite fun. I eased up as it went on. Taking iced water. You're going to the restaurant and all you want is the water. It does get easier, of course. And I thank you for all coming to share this wonderful beginning moment with me. Though it may have been scuffed in some places, and my audio may have been muted, good water, it depends on the location, really. Though the stream may have been scuffed, I do thank you on joining me these first few steps into what could be a very prolific VTubing experience for me and for you. And well, I may not stream on Friday, but in case I do, I will look back on this in 1 week and cringe, cat. You underestimate the amount of shame I hold as a shameless being. That's the secret of being shameless, is actually being shamed all the time, but just not caring. That's what happens when I get drunk, I just stop caring. When I hit stop streaming, I will cringe. And also cry. Because, well, the amount of stress that I'm feeling at the moment is quite a bit. But, well, I'm good at acting, I'd like to think. In my $30 bottle of wine every stream, I could not afford that. That would be $90 a week at least. I'm doing great. I know I'm doing fantastic. I look fantastic, and let us... Oh, well, quite embarrassing. I do think that the outfit gets transparent when I switch. Don't look there. I mean, you can if you want, but... Oh, gee. I do think let's close out with this outfit. In theming with the Rabby Ribby soundtrack playing behind me. Not looking? Well, you're free to look. After all, I put in work into these physics. You better be looking. Look. As in, when I get a Tobii eye tracker installed, with the utmost respect, you are allowed to look disrespectfully. As long as you're honest about it. Not looking respectfully. In fact, violently drooling. Well, I do have a good figure. Thank you, me. Looking disrespectfully. Jaw on floor. Wooga? My queen, I would never look at you with anything but respect. What are you talking about? Well, in the case that you don't want to look with respect, you are allowed. But I appreciate the respect nonetheless. And well, after all that, I would say that it is time to end the stream. I did not want to go for the full 2 hours, but I do think that 1 hour and almost 20 minutes. Can't you hear the duality of man? What does that make me then? Upstairs is being quite noisy. Yes, I would say that it is time to end stream before things get louder. Again, thank you all for showing up. I hope to see you on Friday, and if I don't, I hope to see you on Monday. And, well, I don't have a slogan for outro. I don't have an outro slogan plan. So, I do hope that you enjoyed your time with me, as I hope that I enjoyed my time with you. Until next time, goodbye.